Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. We are at a client's home this morning, and we're going to do a video on glass, different types of glass that may give you different ideas on how to try to clean your glass. This here is a beautiful pool, and they put these glass panels up all along the pool as a this is their protected for kids coming out here. In Arizona, you need gated areas around your pools, especially if you have small children because there's so many drownings. And my clients decided to do glass panels. And as you can see, every time they use the pool, the water gets splashed up here, of course. You got to have fun in the pool. So we've been trying different things to try to keep this from getting so bad that it can't be cleaned, and the hard water won't come off, because this water is from the street. It's not from a water softening system. So what my client does for me, he mixes distilled water and vinegar. Sometimes he puts Windex in it. And so I take this tool here and I just go over it first. And then we need to pause for a second because I forgot what I use on this. I left it in the house. I need to go get it. I'm always afraid I'm going to fall in the pool. Candace already did once. Okay, so here's our first panel. You can see the difference between this and this. And sometimes I miss a little bit and I can just go back with my Forza and touch it up with my blue rag. We're going to finish doing these panels and then we'll come back and we'll show you what this looks like when it's all done. Okay, we've got these panels all finished. As you can see, they turned out a lot better. Now there's still a little tiny spots here and there. I'm not looking for absolute perfection. My client wants it looking nice, but not absolute perfection, because I still have a 4,000 square foot house to clean, so she doesn't want me spending too much time on this. But I get it to where it is looking nice and manageable. A couple of things. If you're using your Forzat, expect it to turn a rusty color. This is a one-time use thing. So the vinegar will also make it rust faster. So just be prepared for that. It still works just fine, but you're going to get some brown drain off. So just wipe it off with your washcloth, whatever you're using. Another thing I was thinking is, if you want extra scouring power, you can make yourself a paste, and the way that you do that is you put baking soda in a bowl, probably about a quarter cup. You shouldn't need any more than that. It goes quite a ways. And then you take vinegar and you add the vinegar to your baking soda to form a paste. Don't just pour a bunch of vinegar in there. You just want to add your vinegar slowly and make a stiff paste. So that it stays on wherever you're scrubbing, and that is a good scouring agent if you want to stay organic. So as you can see, we've got all of these done, and they turned out very well. Now when I was done, I still had a lot of streaks because there's so much calcium that was on here. I did take my blue washcloth, this guy here. I would highly recommend that you get something like this. There's different ones on Amazon. You want this kind. This is actually surgery grade, the kind that they use when they're doing surgeries. It leaves no lint. It is covers well, and it's absorbent. Now when you get those ones that you see at the car dealerships that are like a flatter feel, they don't have any texture to them, I don't like those as well, and they're not as big. These are called Hucks, and I can leave a link for those below where I get those on Amazon. I highly recommend these for any glass. I don't use them for anything else. I only use them on glass. So I took my spray away, and then I did another shining with my Huck towel. And then just came along all the way down this way and got these panels done. The next thing I want to show you is a different type of glass that you would do Arcadia doors. So we'll start there next. With mine, I just use a clean white washcloth and a squeegee. If you can figure out how to use a squeegee, I would highly recommend it, because you are going to get a longer, cleaner glass with a squeegee than if you use some kind of window cleaner and a rag, because that does have chemical in it and it is going to leave a film, and dust does collect to it. Where if you're just using a washcloth, I have nothing on this but water, and a squeegee, you're going to get a longer, cleaner looking window without streaks. So I've been doing this for a very long time, and I learned how to play with mine. So I just kind of turn it and bring it down. You need a little bit of pressure on this squeegee, and you want to keep it fairly level with what you're doing. If you sit too high on it, you're going to get a streak across there. And you always want to wipe the edge that you are bringing up to the top where you stopped. And here it's so hot I can only do portions at a time with my washcloth. So I always go half over what I already did, just to make sure I get it all, and bring it across and down. And if you're able to do it a little bit faster, it works a little bit better. So there's the last one on that. And then you want to run your blue washcloth around your edges to get any of that water that was on the sides. Now we're in a shower, and this is the master bathroom shower, and as you can see, it gets a lot of water stains on it. I do this house every 2 weeks, and to keep control of it, I use my toilet bowl cleaner. It's got acid in it, and it doesn't destroy the glass. So what I do is I just run it along here, and then I take my rag and just go along here. Now mind you, this has a stronger smell. If you wanted to, and you were up for doing a little bit more scrubbing, you could use that formula that I gave you outside with the baking soda and the vinegar. But I often do 2 to 3 houses a day, so
sorry, I want to interject. Baking soda and vinegar doesn't have acid, so if you want that acid effect, you could squeeze a lemon or something.
Yeah, you can do that too. You can put lemon in there too. So I'm going to get these done, and then I'm going to be taking this hose, rinsing it down, and coming back and doing it with the squeegee like I showed you outside on the Arcadia door to get this all cleaned off, and Candace will show you what that looks like. So for now, she'll just give you a span of what these doors look like right now, and then we'll show you what they look like after. So here we are back in the master with the shower. We have gotten all the hard water off of the glass. You can see where there's etching. That's not going to come out. You can scrub as much as you want to. If you find a product that works on that, let me know. I've tried many things to get stuff that's old and etched in glass, and I haven't been able to do it, not without totally ruining the glass itself. So anyway, this is all done. So that's our showers, and now I'm just going to show you the way that I clean my mirrors in my bathrooms. The first thing, I'm going to squeeze by Candace, is the products that you use. Of course, I use my Huck towels, like I had said, and then I use spray away glass cleaner. You can get this just about anywhere. It does not leave streaks. It's ammonia free. When you use Windex, you can see that there's usually a streak when it shines on glass. It looks really good, but you can see the streak on the glass. I don't get this. This is the only product that I found that I don't get this with. I've tried Melaleuca. I've tried your other glass cleaners, your Windex. Oh, what's that other one? There's another one that's organic. I think it's from 7 Generations. I've tried that one. That one didn't work for me either. So what I do is I spray it on. Now you can use your preference of if you want to do your glass after you do your counters, or if you want to do your counters and then your glass. I always finish with my glass. And you always want to start from top to bottom. So I'm going to show you on this mirror what I do. I start here and I go across, and you're using pressure. Scrub everything off, and then I go up and down, and then I go back around on the edges. And then I've had many of my girls make fun of me in my job because they tell me I'm standing on my head, because I always get down and look up. And that's where you're going to see those streaks that if you're just looking on your glass, you don't always see it. So you want to get in an angle where you're going down, looking up, and looking over to see that you didn't miss anything. The other thing that you can do is you can look from this mirror onto that, and it'll also show you if there's streaks going on or if you missed particles on your glass. So I'm going to get this cleaned up, and we'll show you what that looks like when it's all cleaned. And here we are with our glass. As you can see up on the top, we don't have any streaks. Okay. And then the last way that you can check if you got everything is you can change your lighting. So I can literally turn off my lights to get a different view of my glass. It also gives me a view of from here to my shower walls. So I can see here if I have any streaks on my shower walls. Okay, so we are home from work, and I decided I wanted to show you the paste that I was talking about for the windows. If you have hard water stains or anything where you need to use a little bit of extra scouring power, if you don't feel like using those steel wool pads that I was showing you. It's very simple. You don't have to measure it out. You just use your basic baking soda, put it into a dish. Now, if you're doing a small project, just use a little. If you feel like you're going to need a lot, get more baking soda into your dish. And then any type of vinegar works just fine. And you're just going to do it slowly. And you will get some fizz. That's just the baking soda reacting with the vinegar. And you don't want to put much in at a time. You can always add more, but otherwise you're going to have to add a ton of baking soda to try to thicken up your paste. But I like to keep mine thicker so that I can put it on and it'll dry. And it can sit there for a minute, and that vinegar will work on your hard water stains if you're using that. So this is my consistency. As you can see, it doesn't really even come off the spoon. It's quite thick, and it works very well. You can use this on just about any type of glass. It is not going to scratch your glass because baking soda is very non-abrasive. Another organic scouring agent that I have found works very well is Bonami, BON-AMI. It's been around for a very long time. You can usually find that at Walmart. That works very well. And another one that works very good on glass is Barkeepers. That's very good also. And it comes in a liquid form now where you can pour it out and it kind of looks like a paste. Or it comes in a, like Comet would, like a powder in the can. So those are some different types of scouring agents that you can use to help you with your glass if you're having issues with glass. But always test a small area first. Make sure that you're not going to have any issues. And like I've always said, anything that I do on a wet surface. With this, you don't have to do it on a wet surface because it's already wet. But when I'm using any kind of razor blade or anything like that, if I had stickers or something that I was trying to get off mirrors or something, you use that first, and then if you need to use a razor blade, you could, but never use anything on a dry surface. When I'm doing my stove tops, I will wipe it off with a wet washcloth, then go through with the razor blade on my glass top stoves. Like we had a video on that several months ago. I showed everybody how to do glass top stoves, so you can go back and look at that if that's something that you're wanting to know how to do. But for now, I hope this has helped you with some different ideas on how to clean areas of your glass and to make it a little bit less stressful and feel like it's just a project that you just don't even want to touch. So I hope you guys have a great week, and we'll see you on the next video.